Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another Darkstar SC2 cast. I am the Mish King, and today we are here on Belshir Vestige. Really nice map, and in the top left hand side we have the red Protoss player, Darkstar's very own Volt. And the bottom right hand side we have the blue Terran player, Eduard. And yeah, man, I'm the Mish King, of course, and I would just really like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Darkstar's first and only sponsor, the awesome Whatnet. They provide mumble services, to say a few, and you can follow those guys on their website at whatnet.com or on Twitter at whatnet.com. And now that the shout out's been getting out of the way, we've got the Terran player who's just throwing down his supply depot over here. This map is pretty awesome. It's a very, I'd say, a well-sized map. It's not redonkulously big, but it's still pretty cool. And nice little way to the third. There is a massive choke over here, which can be made even more massive once you kill the rocks, of course. And yep, it's got a nice flow to it. And also, you could take this base if need be, which is like this base for the Terran player. And I'd say it's a really good map. Really good map. A lot of drop potential, a lot of harassment potential, a lot of nice ways to attack. You can just kill this, make another area to go through. And yeah, man, rocks pretty good. Pretty good. Although it begs to question, where did these rocks come from to begin with, to be honest? They just seem to have been dropped here magically by some kind of supernatural being in the Galaxy Star Editor. And both players now just scouting out. Terran players just checked to see if there was a Nexus. He sees none. Volt going for the gateway open. Very standard from a Protoss player. You really rarely see Forge in this matchup because Forge is just too darn tricky, man. You can just lift off and go somewhere else. And now Volt getting a nice scout out in the Terran base. Checking out what's up, bro. Seeing what's up indeed. Should be leaving any second now. Gonna be doing some harassment. No, he's been locked in, man. You can't leave. You shall not pass, says the SCV, snickering to himself. And it looks like we do have a Marine on the way. Reapers are kind of there in this matchup, I'd say, but not really that greatly common. Although I believe if there wasn't any cybernetics, if there was like a gateway into a Nexus, we would have seen a Reaper popping out. But that's not the case. So by the time the Cyber Core is done, there should be a Stalker on the way, so that much damage can't really be done by the Terran player, who's now just opting to go for Marines right now, getting his reactor. A couple of Marines already on the field for him, so he's playing it pretty safe. Gateway tech is already on the way to turn these shiny gateways into shinier warp gates. And yeah, we got a Zealot with a really cool, sexy skin out. He is so very red, man. Belongs in a red light district, you could say. And oh, could be Edward's skill doing some shenanigans on this part of the map. But it looks like the Zealot is getting a nice scout out just to see if there's any bunker shenanigans that could be happening, delay the Protoss's natural. But it looks like the Terran's just gonna macro up, getting up his factory. Probably just not exactly sure why he's getting this up, to be honest, because it just seems to me to be a somewhat early factory. But it could just be to get a few Hellions on the field just to try and do some harassment and be a little annoying. But it looks like so far the Protoss player is just sticking on one base, going for a Stargate play off of one base. Here comes the Mothership Core, and here comes the SCV Scout trying to get into the base. The question is, will the Terran actually see it? The Mothership Core just passes the Terran player, and now the SCV should actually get it scouted. No! The SCV immediately makes a beeline for the Mothership, now sees it. He sees the Stargate, and my cat is meowing because she wants love. Cats always want love, bro. And it looks like there will be an expansion out of this, as I'm not sure what the Protoss player will be doing in this case. Just bring up the nameplates in case anybody's wondering, who are these red and blue players? As a lot of other players do play red and blue colors. Here, come on, kitty. Now my cat is on my lap. And what do we see here? It looks like there's going to be a gateway pressure. And one Stalker might actually be picked off. And no! Just survives, taking a lot of hull damage. The Stalker now making a beeline away. A lot of Marines are pushing across the field. There is enough energy for a time weapon. Oh my goodness! The Mothership Core looks like she will be going down. And wow, the Mothership Core does in fact go down. does throw down the time warp to try and delay these Marines from going across the map. It looks like there's a huge Marine push, along with a Widow Mine, but guess what, man? There is very little to actually defend against this Oracle, which is making its way in, but there's very little to defend in Volt's base, as well as these Marines have now arrived. The Stalker could technically kite indefinitely. And here we go, Guardian Shield does go down, and here we go, just trying to buy enough time for this mine to burrow, and it looks like, yes, the mine is still up, and now we've got a game of cat and mouse, as there's an Oracle parked over here at the natural. Both players trying to do so much damage, and Matt Cat is actually also looking at this game and wondering, what is happening, Master? Why are there so many dudes? And that is a Phoenix. So this harass should be pretty much taken out, but there's that Widow Mine, man. This Widow Mine could be doing so much damage. Just sending a probe here just to destroy the Widow Mine could be so huge. It looks like the Terran is now pulling back. A little bit of harass has gone down over here, but no damage in the form of units being killed by that Oracle. And now the Oracle is going to just pop in here. See, there's nothing. Should really be making a beeline to this base. And there we go. Volt is going in for the kill. Should be getting a lot of kills over here. This mineral line is a little bit too saturated. Now they're all running for their lives back to the other mine. And it looks like finally the Oracle is starting to pay for itself. Taking a little bit of hull damage. And oh, nice little bit of micro over there. Saving that Marine, and it looks like, oh, the Oracle just barely, no, the Widow Mine cleans up the Oracle with its unstable payload, and saying that out loud just does not sound as good as I thought it would. And it looks like this Widow Mine keeping Volt on his toes. He can't really go past this point. I would just say that, dude, sacrifice a probe so he can at least push out. Now going to be trying to bait the forces back, I think, or this could be just a horribly bad rally point. Oh, so close. The Widow Mine just really wants to detonate its unstable payload all over Volt's army. And looks like things have kind of stabilized. Both players have gotten their economy going. The Phoenixes are just patrolling to make sure there is no drop harass going on. And yep, both players just macroing up at the moment. Concussive shells are now on the way. Stim pack is also on the way with an additional couple of supply depots. And here we go, robotics facility should be opting for either a lot of immortals or that crucial Colossus tech, which can really melt the Terran Dominion's forces. And immediately making some observers. He's currently playing in the dark at the moment, as his Oracle was killed, and I'm not sure if it just did enough damage to justify it, as the Terran has macroed fairly well throughout this. Playing a very macro intensive game. There we go, the robotics bay is now on the way. Colossus tech should be coming up soon, as Colossi aren't cheap, man. They require a lot of supply, a lot of minerals, a lot of gas. And here we go. Looks like there's some Top Gun action going on over here by this Zelnaga watchtower. And it looks like this Marine got super lucky not to get picked off, and now making a beeline, trying to make something happen with these forces. Going to be heading straight into Eduard's base, and here we go, doing a lot of damage. Well, actually just killing a couple of probes, trying to do as much damage as possible without getting picked off. And now doing a lot of damage in the main, actually. Just picking everything up with sheer abandon. Could be doing more, to be honest. Now doing it. And it looks like one Phoenix does go down, and another one does take a lot of damage. Now backing off, does see the additional Raxes on the way, and should be like smiling to himself. He has bought himself quite a lot of time, but there is that third command center coming up, so the Mules should be getting the Terran back in the lead. And here we go, round number dos, with sending one of the Phoenix back, I believe, to the base, as one of no, this is the weak Phoenix. And here we go, the Widow Mine's unstable payload has refreshed, so it will be lobbing it all over these Phoenixes and doing a lot of splash damage. And here we go, Volt keeping up his macro, going for his third. Kind of would want him to throw down more pylons, but as you can see, he is macroing intensely. Was at like 50 minerals at one point, now throwing up more pylons. At this point, you'd be wanting to throw down a lot and sinking minerals into that. Here we go, it looks like one of the Phoenixes will go down, another Phoenix taking a lot of damage, both of them in the orange at the moment. And now flying away, gonna regen their shields, trying to keep the Terran on back, but he's just macroing so well right now. Doing the right thing, actually. Could be seeing a third, like this command center going to the third anytime soon. +1 is actually nearly done for the Terran, and wisely going for some turrets so that there can't be any counterattacks coming while he's pushed off across the field. And speaking of pushing off across the field, this Terran player wants to make something happen, and the Thermal Lance is just about to finish. Volt should be in a good position, I'd say. He shouldn't be really caught with his pants down. And the Terran player may have the infantry level weapons upgrade, but I don't believe it will finish in time. Here we go, epic battle abound, and it looks like the Terran has to back off. Epic battle anti-climax right there. And it looks like this Zealot is running. He's being chased by the entire Dominion army, and it looks like he's coming back to try and see if there is a drop. I don't know whether he'll actually catch it. Yes, he sees the drop. He sees the drop going, and now we can see the sea of red going back into the main. There are still a couple of Phoenixes alive. More Stalkers are reinforcing, and this Doom drop could fail horrendously. This could be a death drop. And now wisely seeing everything and backing off. That would have been terrible. Now just sending a couple of medevacs to what looks like the third, which is completely undefended at the moment. There are only forces in this location. This third, oh my goodness, the third could be devastated. The probes could be devastated, and here we go. The entire army is now moving away to try and defend it, and there's still 3 or 4 drops over here in this location, and here we go. The Terran is attacking. He's dropping it like it's hot, but I do believe there are still quite a lot of Stalkers over here. He hasn't pulled his entire forces. This is still a death trap, but it looks like this base is relatively undefended. He does use, what is the spell called? Overcharge ability over here, but it looks like the death trap in the main kind of failed horrendously and will be chased down by these Phoenix. Phoenix doing so much damage, he needs to get out of there immediately. And it looks like he did do quite a bit of damage over here, but that overcharge ability just paying for itself. And now it looks like the Phoenixes have been picked off. Let's look at this unit's loss tab. Volt has actually lost quite a lot of resources. The Terran player is trying to be as economical as possible, but Volt has in fact killed more workers. And behind that, the Terran player did secure his third, so he's in no way that far behind actually. He's not really out of this yet. Both players neck and neck. Looks like Volt's going to be going for Archon, Templar, Zealot combo off of 3 bases. Very, very powerful. Really nice tech switch. And I'm not sure whether the Terran has a Ghost Academy on the field. No Ghost Academy at all. I really love this tab. Thank you, Blizzard Entertainment. I know you don't get thanks as much, but you guys are still pretty awesome. And here we go. A lot of Vikings are being cranked out. Maybe too many Vikings, man. The Terran is kind of playing blind at the moment. He just has no idea what's going on in his opponent's base. And here we go. It looks like he is going to be attempting a drop at this third. And there are a lot of Templar here just waiting for something to happen. Something's got to give, man. And looks like the Marauder does get the best out of that. Actually, no, not the Marauder. The Zealot actually bested that Marine. And here we go. Oh my goodness, could be seeing some instant feedbacks. Look at the HP! Oh my goodness! Oh, one-shotting it! That was the sickest thing ever. I love that spell. Insta one-shot. Now trying to run away, going... And it looks like the Terran is actually moving out. He does bait the Zealot out, but I do believe the Zealot will see everything. So, yeah, I think that Volt does see everything. He's in a really good position. He's already got his +2 done in terms of armor. +2 attack is nearly finished, and I believe the Terran is actually quite far behind, as he's just getting up his Ghost Academy only now. So there will be quite a few storms actually available for Volt here. He has just so much splash damage potential, and I do believe he's just going to max out on Zealots, getting more and more. Speed has finished for the Zealots, guys, so this could be horrible if he goes in there. And look at that, +3 armor going up, getting an Archon even, just to like tank some of the damage and do some splash itself. And the Terran player is kind of in an awkward position. He wants to try and make something happen. He wants to try and trade, but oh my goodness, yes, he does get a few pot shots off. He does get a few pot shots off against the Colossi, but I do believe in that exchange. Nope, the Mothership Core is still alive. I do believe that might have been a Viking going down, and here we go! This Templar is on a mission, catching so many units! Oh my goodness! It actually ended up killing so many units. Talk about a hero, High Templar. My cat just wants love after that. And a lot of these forces are actually in the orange. I'm not sure what the Terran player is doing. He's in such a bad position. More and more gateways are coming, so the reinforcement potential of Volt is just skyrocketing. More Marauders are on the way. This is the right thing to do in this choice, but here we go. The Zealots have engaged. He could actually turn around and do a lot of damage, but he doesn't want to, as there's just so much splash damage coming his way. Oh, nice concave from the Terran player. He actually catches quite a lot of the units out of the way. A lot of force fields do go down, and oh my goodness, the Vikings are wandering off. Not really trusting their Terran Dominion commander over there, who's like, oh, where do you guys think you're going? And that is just so much red and making its way across the map. Look at the Zealots, man. And once +3 is done, these Zealots are going to just be horrendously powerful, and more command centers are actually on the way. Probably going to be sacrificing some of his SCV supply soon, just so they can crank out more and more army units. Oh, 6 ghosts are on the way. Yes, not 1, not 4, but 6 ghosts, man. And now +2/+2 will be done, but the question is, will it be done in time? There's a huge surge of red making its way across the map. I'm not sure whether this is advisable, attacking over the ramp, but he's got so much stuff over here. Nope, backing off at the last second, and we could see some EMPs going down. No, that would have been sick. Eduard is positioning himself over here on the cliff with his ghosts. Could be landing a lot of stuff, and here we go. War Prism harass, but he doesn't have that much. Only 1 supply, actually. I mean, 2 supply for I believe it would be for a Zealot. He can't really warp in anything, but I do believe this will be for the counter. And here come the Zealots, and there is my cat meowing, and the Zealots making a beeline straight for this third, splitting the forces, and only 1 Zealot killing everything in the main. Here comes the entire force, and behind that, Volt taking his 4th. He can afford to sacrifice Zealots at this point in time, but just look at this. Look at the amount of damage done by that Zealot. I'm not sure whether this is actually helping him out. And oh my god, what a concave being set up by this Terran player. He wants to fight now. He's got the ghosts, and he really wants to fight. Where are the Vikings? There are the Vikings. And oh my goodness, more Zealots at this third, just wreaking havoc at the minute. And now the Zealots have been cleaned up, but at what cost? More, one of the orbital commands is being positioned in that area, and it looks like the, oh, there was a snipe somewhere, I'm not sure where. Yes, I do believe that was a snipe going down on the Zealot, who has just got 9 kills and finally goes down, doing so much damage. Oh my goodness, this game is really intense, and here we go. Looks like the tsunami, the Terran tsunami, is making its way across the map. Should be picking up these pylons as he makes his way across the map. Oh my goodness, so many Zealots are just getting ready to go in again. And I do believe having a planetary fortress might be advisable to at least deal with all of these Zealot run-bys. And look at the Archons, man! Oh my goodness, this blue glow of awesome sauce. This is so cool. And oh, that is one very special probe, but not special enough. And oh my goodness, yes! Does get a feedback, but does get sniped at the end of the day. Never say die, never surrender. +3/+3 on the way for the Terran army. These ghosts are on a mission, man. I'm not sure where they're off to, but I would love to see some nukes being made, and it looks like this 4th is going to be under siege. The entire army is out of position, but no, he is positioning himself. I do believe that the single Templar did do his job. Now comes the sea of splash damage, doing so much damage, and all of these Vikings are just chilling out. Look at all of the Archons. A lot of the forces aren't even doing anything. Should be seeing more EMPs, and I do believe some did actually go down. That is why this entire Protoss army kind of melted. More and more storms follow. This is ridiculous, the amount of storms. So many feedbacks going down, but I do believe, oh, and behind that, attacking with all of his Zealots, all of his might, and sacking this entire base. Let's look at the workers kill tab. 58 SCVs have died in the name of the Terran Dominion. And I do believe the Terran player needs to make something happen. There is pretty much nothing over here except this small Protoss force. There is some storms available in a Colossi, but I'm not sure whether it'll be enough. Here comes the Zealots! We're looking at 13 Zealots being warped in right now. I'm not sure whether the Terran can effectively deal with this right now. He could have actually teched into Hellbats. Hellbats so very good against Zealots. They were specifically designed to combat Zealots. Nice sending Zealots from the side as well. And my cat is on top of my PlayStation 3 because she just is going crazy after this game. And that one brave ghost doing so much damage. Not sure what happened there, but there are so many storms available. And there's so many units rallying across the map to the storm location because he's that ballsy. 5th base going down. And the 3rd was in fact sacked. Additional pylon being made over here. This is all she wrote for the Terran. Is look at the Protoss' bank, man. You kill all of these zealots, I'll just warp in more zealots. And so many storms going down as well. Random ass Colossi just walking across the map because fuck you, man. And yes, it's moving across. Oh, the Terran actually did secure this base. And I do believe Volt just wanted to mess with the Terran's mind. He's like, yes, you take that, but I'll only have more. And additional zealots is making their way across here. This is the last stand for the Terran Dominion. Will Volt actually kill him outright, or will he just take his time and play with his food? Not sure what he's gonna opt for, but there's a lot of blue here, man. Eduard's skill showing off his macro skill. Only making a couple of ghosts. He really can't really sink any of the gas he has banked up over so long. He's trying to just get up his mineral, his bank account back up, both his main and his natural arm mind up, and my cat just won't stop meowing, and I will kick her out after this game. So much red over here chilling at this base, and finally the Terran is beating back the constant zealots and now trying to kite his way, just barely surviving. These zealots being so very robust. Looks like one zealot was after this marauder, but concussive shells are pretty good. This is what you call a C2 master, and it looks like finally getting sliced. Both of them just get eviscerated. That was some of his guts just coming out. And yeah, this game is pretty sick, man, I gotta say. My kitty. Kitty's being so annoying right now, and finally Terran did manage to get up some economy back. And now mining, he does have a lot of orbital commands, and this is why he's still in the game. He could actually afford to drop a lot of mules. I'm not exactly sure why he isn't. He must be at his wit's end, possibly, because he has about 4 orbital commands. And here we go, what could be the final battle. A lot of EMPs did go down, a lot of storms going down and everything. Their entire army is just taking the storm after storm after storm, and guess what? The Terran Dominion is pushing forward. He's pushing forward, but there is so much more storm, and everything is clumped up. Yes, backing away at the last possible second. Gonna be biding his time. We're looking at +2 shields, and this Templar is on a mission. If he can land a money storm, I mean, this entire army, will he land it? Oh, this entire army is clumped up together for a money storm. And yes, another storm does go down. So many storms going down. So many more storms going down. George Clooney would be happy. The perfect storm. The perfect storm. Everywhere storm. And somehow the Terran is beating it back. The Terran is beating it back after all of that. But this could all be for naught, as there's so many more zealots. Wave 2 of the zealots are coming, and this one zealot over here, he's like, I got you, bro. I got you. And now pushing back. My cat is begging Volt to finish this game. My cat is begging Volt to finish this game. And more Templar are being warped in. More Archons are being morphed. So many Archons. So many more gateways. We could be seeing insta-max, remaxing from the Protoss player, as he could really afford. He just could like remax really fast. He could be playing this like a Zerg player at this time and just keep remaxing. But this base is so very crucial. Look at how many mules there are here. There are too many mules. There are so many mules that this isn't even efficient anymore, as you can only mine from one patch at a time with a mule. This guy did not get the memo. And my cat is just begging me to stop. She just wants Volt to finish it. But Volt taking his time, playing with his food. He does have this additional base, thrown down quite a few cannons, could even throw down more cannons. More zealots being sent in. Oh, these zealot run-bys are so devastating. This looks like a StarCraft 2 campaign right now. And now making a beeline for the Ghost Academy, trying to do as much damage as possible. This is probably going to be the juicy target for some time, but here comes a drop. One of them are so low right now. I don't know what's going to happen. He's used speed trying to drop at the back, but now the Templar have seen there's one Templar in the main. Here comes the feedback. GG. Feedbacks really smart, using the storm into feedback. as that would have weakened the medevacs even further. And you never send low HP medevacs or full mana medevacs, or energy in this case. How much money do you have, XD Volt? Just trying to be mannered right now. Wondering how this Terran player is still managing to do it. You got more with this weird smiley thing going down. This game's so ridiculous at the moment. And I know it's GG, but still fighting. He must try, man. That's the right way to play, man. Never give up, never surrender, is what Volt's, I do believe that is his saying for life, as Volt is a life coach. He invigorates your life with Volts. And here we go, Volt just wants to throw, he wants to trade right now, as that is the best thing to do in this case. Throwing so many Zealots in, +3 shields is just about to finish. These Zealots are so very scary. A lot of EMPs do go down, the Archons come down doing so much splash damage. Looking at 7 Zealots coming out on the field. He's already remaxed instantaneously. There is the GG. Well played, Darkstar's Volt. Well played, Eduard skill. And this was an amazing game overall. And I'm just going to kick my cat out of my room to cast some more StarCraft.